Yeah, so this right here, I think, was done in poor taste.
Oh, no.
Unmute it.
Oh, I'm so nervous.
So hold on, read the caption first.
It says ASMR, illegal alien deportation flight. Yo, we need to fire that into that is
this is a bad look. This ain't it. This ain't it. This is the overcorrection. This is, oh yeah, you wanted to have catch and release and loosen up borders and be a globalist? Oh yeah? Well, you know what I mean? Like
this is like El Salvador. The president that made the commercial.
Which I like that. I like that president.
Worse.
Right. This is worse than that.
It's not even good ASMR.
Pause it real quick.
Come on.
ASMR. What is ASMR? It's supposed to be a soothing, relaxing thing to help you.
It's auditory stimulation.
It's auditory stimulation.
Like, so it's like when people are doing like they do all that weird stuff, and they're like,
yeah.
It's like all that, and so
it's supposed to be quiet. It's supposed to be close and quiet, right?
Close and quiet and clear and crisp.
Yeah. This isn't even good ASMR.
Like, oh my goodness. This is dark.
Yeah, this is an L.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. This is awful.
This is an L.
This is really bad.
So,
you know what the biggest L of this was?
What's that?
And I'm not saying that they could even pull this off, but if you look at the El Salvador situation, he shows they strip all the gang members, right? So all of them are just in white shorts and they're running and they're told to run in this one formation and you just see all their tattoos and their head tattoos and running around like little rats, right? And they're like, and it's like really spooky, but you see that they're like spooky people. MS-13 tattooed on their faces,
all
right?
over their faces.
Yeah. You're like, these people kill people. This one, there's no identity markers that says these are the worst criminals of the. Yeah. Like they're just showing a regular person, someone wearing the daggone Bless God puffer jacket, right? You know, like some down vest, and they're like getting, and then they're like highlighting their chains.
Read the title. Like they didn't even make it an effort to say, "Oh, these are criminals. These are the worst." It's just this. This is on the White House official X account.
That's crazy.
It literally just says ASMR illegal alien deportation flight.
It lacks characters in the story. That's what it does. And that's being very charitable.
Yeah.
This is very distasteful, I would say.
Yeah.
This is very distasteful. But additionally, it lacks characters. So like you need characters, which are the characters are the criminals. If I'm going to cheer along with you, I want to feel like you're the good guy. Love to see it. Yeah, people are shooketh. So that was crazy.
Yeah. So this creates the question of dehumanizing people. The Occupy Till I Come 60-day devotional is back in stock. This is taking you through the entire narrative of the scriptures in 60 days with custom daily devotional prompts. So what you're doing is you're spending 35 days in the Old Testament, 25 days in the New Testament, going over all the major stories. There's additional reading for you to go deeper if you want to go deeper on the stories. And you can get them right now bundled up with a virtual ticket to our Bless God Summit. Bless God Summit is coming up March 27th, 28th, 29th in beautiful Southern California. My favorite podcasters, apologists, pastors, preachers, entrepreneurs, all in the same room. Day 1, we're talking about apologetics. Day 2, we're talking about virtue. Day 3, we're going out into the marketplace and being the hands and feet of Jesus. This is going to be a wonderful event. And what you could do is you could actually get the devotional bundled with the virtual ticket for only $65. So go to blessgodshop.com, get yourself a 60-day devotional. I promise you the feedback on these has been crazy. You will love it. Designed by my guy, Josh Nadeau from Sword and Pencil. The beautiful artwork, okay? So go to blessgod.shop, get yours now, okay? Mean the world to me.
Yeah.
Right? This is dehumanizing.
This is kind of where I'm with the Catholics that we just recently covered.
Yeah,
talking about you're not
Right.
And before
you still have to give people now, again, if these, to your point, if these were clearly criminals with MS-13 tattoos and you're like, oh, these were some bad dudes.
Yeah.
It would have been like, oh.
Yeah, it's just a propaganda piece.
Right. But this just comes off like petty trolling.
It does.
It's like, nah, 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 we won. Nah, 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 nah. And that's so, and it's just so, it's kind of classless.
I'll also go as far to say, I don't think people like seeing people chained up without context. It is a very, and that's kind of what I was saying about story and character. It's jarring. With context, you can kind of make really hard things to watch palatable, but without context, you're like, I don't think humans like seeing humans chained up.
Yeah, that's a good point.
One, it's a really dark American history. And then two, I think it's a very just dark human story of like, oh, I don't think people should be restrained by government.
Yeah. And again, the frustrating part is that the video and whoever posted it on the official White House, they didn't even make an effort to provide context.
Yeah. Rookies.
It's just like we want to poke. And I understand from a content standpoint wanting to poke. Like, I get that there's a time and a place to poke. I get it. The issue is, from the official White House page, I don't expect the White House
just send that
to poke.
Send that video to the RNC and have them drop it on their Twitter page, right?
Much better. Just send it to Charlie Kirk.
Send it to Libs of TikTok.
Yeah, send it to Libs of TikTok.
You know what I'm saying?
But the official White House page?
That's crazy.
Like, that's a bit much.
It is kind of crazy that there is a Twitter page that can have completely different ideologies every 4 years. So it's like the same page can be like illegal immigrant ASMR, and then like a year ago it'd be like we're protecting rights and their ability to train the kids.
Yeah, the criminals, and we know you're going into grapers and murderers and y'all. So here's the thing: we don't know that. We don't know that they're grapers. Yeah. They didn't make an effort to communicate that they're grapers.
That's my point.
That's the issue.
I can give them the benefit of the doubt.
So listen. Look at it this way. I'm a Christian before I'm an American.
Hello.
I'm a Christian before I'm an American. I'm a Christian before I'm an Armenian. I'm a Christian before I'm a refugee. I'm a Christian before any of those things. Yeah, before I'm a YouTuber. I'm a Christian first. And so as a Christian, there are specific ways about how we are called to deal with the person that is an alien in your land. Right? And maybe we need to do a Bible study on this, because some of y'all just don't know, and you're just like, your brain rot is so on, I'm a conservative, I'm a Trumpster, I'm a Maganite, or whatever you want to call yourself, that you have these identity markers before your first and ultimate allegiance, which is to Jesus Christ, that when you are not looking at this through a Christian worldview, you don't, even in the Christian paradigm, you're told to love your enemies.
Yeah.
So if you're called to love your enemies, you know what that also means? That means don't dehumanize your enemies. Don't dehumanize people. Love your enemies. Pray for your enemies. And I'm saying, let's just say that these are the worst of the worst.
Yep.
Let's just say that. One, why not give the context? Why not give the context? Two, why dehumanize them?
Yeah.
Why make them subhuman, otherize? At the end of the day, they're created in the image of God, even if they came over here legally, right? And so I think that's the part. And not providing context is silly to me. It's just dumb, you know? Yeah. I think that's the issue with this, is that people are okay with scoring and getting a point than they are with how they perceive a fellow image bearers. And I think that's kind of sad. Like, it's like intentionally malicious and poking. Now, again, had they said, we got rid of blah, 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 and these people, blah, 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 I would have been like, okay, well, yes, I ain't into that.
Yep.
You know what I mean? But even in this context, I just think it's a bad look. And again, I would challenge you, for those of you guys who are like, oh, it's like, no, there is a specific pathway in how we are to deal with people who are aliens and immigrants in a land, and there is a degree of welcoming them. And when you're not sparsing out and saying, these are criminals versus these are people that came here legitimately seeking asylum, and they didn't go through the right steps, but they were fleeing for their lives.
Yeah.
Some of them Christian.
Hello.
Some of them Jesus followers that were going to get killed for their faith.
Come on.
That does exist. Not sure if you know that. There are people that leave these places because they follow Jesus and their life is at risk because of their faith.
Imagine sending 70 Christians back to the Congo.
Yeah, it would be the same people that would be like, oh yeah, get those, they're illegals, get them back here. It's like
these 70 Christians have ruined my neighborhood with their Congolian food.
Right. And it's like, okay, you want them to go back and die and be martyrs for Jesus, or do you want to potentially create a different pathway for them here and integrate them in society? And when you look at the law in the Old Testament, there's a lot of integration happening. There's a lot of people who are saying, there's a lot of, hey, the alien among you can be a part of the Israelite community. Why? Because once upon a time, you were exiles and you were in a foreign land. And so be good to the person that's from the outside and is now on the inside.
Hello.
This is, to me, biblical worldview, but this is what we're entering. They did this, and this is interesting. They said that the most Christian nationalists, right, are the least actively engaged in church.
That's not shocking at all.
Right? So the people that are the biggest, like, I'm a Christian nationalist, like, and it's cool and trendy to say I'm a Christian now, and they slide into that, which again, I don't think there's anything wrong with being a Christian or being a nationalist. But that subset, that overlap, tends to be the least church, tends to be the least discipled, tends to be the least biblically literate.
I think the things that have the most overlap with your faith, but yet are still not your faith, have the highest likelihood of becoming an idol. So like conservatism, right?
Yep.
Feels faith adjacent, but it's not. It's not. There's some policies that we would back as Christians, but sometimes Christians, especially ones that would need to be like locked up, right, cage stage type of Christians, will reignite their like evangelism and vigor for the Lord, and put that into conservatism and like policy and all this stuff. And it's like you're forgetting. You're missing the plot.
Yep. Missing the plot. That's it. Hey, thank you so much for checking out the video. Please be sure to comment below and subscribe and all that good stuff. And check out this other video that YouTube seems to be recommending just for you. Let me know if they nailed it. All right? I'll see you over there. Peace.